No. Okay. I try my best to keep quiet about parenting because I know everybody parents their children different, but I need for people to truly understand that you can be your child's friend, but you need to be their parent first. A lot of these children need discipline again. A lot of them don't feel like they're loved at home. A lot of them feel that they are just a burden, and at young ages, very, very young ages too. And we don't we don't raise our children to be accountable for their actions anymore like we used to. I notice that a lot of people like to be their child's friend. Oh, that's my best friend. That's my friend. That's my king. First of all, if your child is young, he is not your king. He is your child. Um, and that in itself is a problem. But like I said, I know everybody raises their children different. Some people don't believe in disciplining their children. Some people believe that children will learn lessons the hard way. Some people believe that children will learn by just doing, and then something happens to them, that's how they learn. But we are their parent. We are their guardian. We are their, as always, I'm being a mom. We are their everything. We're their teacher. We're their guidance counselor. We're their everything. So we have to be there for them. Please stop. So we have to make sure that we're understanding that they need us and they need us bad. And our boys need father figures and role models in their lives. I don't know what's happening to our boys, our generation, the generation of boys, period, but we need fathers to stand strong in our boys' lives again. Strong in our boys' lives again. Help them be leaders. Help them be strong to be, stand to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. Help that stop, please. Help them to understand that when they put on that suit, that they are somebody important. Help them to understand that they dress to represent themselves. And I know everybody can't send their child to school in, like a polo shirt and some slacks or something just so they can dress. I tell my son every day, dress like you're going for the position. Dress like you have the position already. But Mom, I'm 7. It doesn't matter if you're 7. I want you to dress for the position that you want to have in life. What? Please stop. Why? Because it's important to teach our children young how to handle themselves, what their attire means about them, how they hold themselves. It's very important. And if we just let them just go off and do their own thing or keep buying them all these Jordans, they have no responsibility. How are their grades? I understand that children starting in 1st, 2nd grade, okay, that's not really important, but actually it's very important to start that young. Teach them about money young, teach them about finances young, not just money, but how to handle money. Give them a certain amount of money, let them go to the store, buy what they want, teach them about the change, how important it is. You have to teach your children. They're not going to just learn this. And if they'll learn it from somebody else and it will not be correct. So you at home as your mom, your dad, their grandparents, the uncles, aunts, whoever is the guardian of this child, if it is not your child bloodly, but you are the caregiver for that child, that you are their foster parent, basically, you are their parent, you have to teach them at home. Finances are very important, especially now, because we don't know what's about to happen to this economy or this world right now. It's just changing the whole. So we have to be more efficient with raising our children. Please stop. We have to be more efficient with teaching our children about respect and responsibilities. Respect is a big one because children nowadays do not have respect like they used to do back in the day. They do not. They don't. And we as parents have to do that at home. It starts at home. We should never be too busy to raise our children. Ever be too busy to raise our children. We need to make sure that we are their first teacher, their first role model, their first everything. Why? Because it teaches them about how to be in the real world when they have to go out there. You can't just let your child be any old kind of way, having tantrums, having attitudes, preteen, teenagers, and just being disrespectful. That's not helping anybody, because when they get out in the real world, they can't do that. That is not okay. They won't be able to get a job. They won't be able to, but it's social. Teach them young. Our girls, they need their moms to be their role model, their grandmothers, their aunts, their a niece, whoever's taking care of our girls. We are their first teacher, their first role model. And if we're teaching these little girls how to dress, very provocative at young ages, no. If we're teaching them, how to put on makeup more than we're teaching them how to be educated, more than their education, we have a problem. If we're not teaching them the importance of finance also, we have a problem. Because no girl, no young lady, no teenager, preteen or teenager should be out here wanting some guy for their money, or an adult. Stop the hype. That's not cute. I don't ever want my daughter to be somebody's side chick. I don't ever want my son to be treating people like they're side chicks. I can never be able to mold my children and put them out like I really want them to. They're going to learn their own mistakes. They're going to learn the hard way. But at the same time, if I can teach them I wouldn't say the right way, the way I would like for them to go, I would like to do that now. But I don't want my daughter to believe that she's only beautiful if she has on makeup. She's only beautiful if she has form-fitting clothes on. She's only beautiful if her hair is, if she, goes out and spends about $300, $400, $500, $600 on getting her hair. I don't want my daughter to believe that she's only beautiful then. I want my daughter to be able to believe that she's beautiful in the skin that she's in. I want my son to be able to see women as being beautiful without all of it also. It comes it's very hard because some people are like, oh, that's not how you should. We're going to raise our children different all the time. I get it. But it starts at home. It starts at home. I know people don't want to believe that, but it starts in your home. The attention that you give your child, or lack thereof, that's how they act at school. Granted, you can raise your child from top A to top Z, and they still detour somewhere. I get that. But they'll always come back to what they learned. They always come back to what is comfortable. They always come back to what they believe is how they should hold themselves. Make your children accountable for their actions. Always treating my child the same. When his attitude is wrong, oh no, we don't do anything good. I'm not praising his behavior when it's wrong. I praise his behavior when it's right. But I always tell my son I'm proud of him, because that is something that children always need to hear. Our children don't hear that a lot anymore. I'm not giving my children, or my son or my daughter, they're not getting, Nintendo's, Wii's, 360. No. First of all, they're 7 and 2. They don't even have TVs in their rooms. Why? No, they have a bedtime. It's structured. I have to. We get up early. One has school, one has daycare. We do homework together. We need to start sitting back down with our children and taking time with them. Dinner time, phones away and off. Your time with your children before they go to bed should be your time with your children. Love them. Not the word, the action. That's important. Okay. Make sure that you're loving your children. It's important. Make sure you tell them why you're proud of them. Make sure you tell them that you appreciate them. Why? Because it's important. They remember these things. Our children are sponges. They take everything that we do and say, and they're doing all that back out. So how you treat your child for sure is coming back out when he's with other people or she's with other people. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But I will say this, break these cycles also. However you were raised, however your parents were raised, however, you have to break the cycle of whatever happened in your childhood. Break it. If you didn't get a lot of love, show your children love. But don't go out looking for love in the wrong places, and that's what your children see, because that's what they're going to grow up doing. Don't have a lot of guys, and if you're a male, a lot of females around your children until you know it's the right one. I always say that because it's very important. You do not want to have a lot of people around your children unless you know that that one is going to be there for the long term. But I know we never know that one, but at least we don't want people back and forth. This is not a revolving door. This is our children's lives. They see everything that we're doing. We have to be respectful of them, just like we have to be respectful of ourselves. But again, please, we have to take back love to our children. We have to be more respectful to our children. We have to care for our children. We have to be there for our children. So please, please, parents, moms, dads, grandparents, I don't care if you guys are married, if you guys are just in a relationship, if you're a single mom, single dad, we have to take back our children. Start at home. Start saying no, first of all. No. Till your grades come up, all this is gone. No. It's okay to say no. And furthermore, maybe last, I don't know, but when our children walk out the house, we should know where they're going every single second. We should know before they even get there whose house they're at, who's around them, about those. I was raised in the 80s, so how I was raised was completely different. My parents knew everybody that I interacted with, their parents, their household, how their household ran, because they do pop-ups. They didn't care. I'm their child. We as parents need to be that all over again. We need to know where our children are going to be at. We need to know the people that our children are around. We need to know that family, because everybody lives different for that first showing. But if you just do a pop-up and it's something completely different, you will be mad at yourself for not doing that. You will be mad at yourself for not doing the backtrack. Check on them. Find out these parents. You have to. You have to be a parent to your children. I don't care if they get mad or anything, but you have to be there for your child. You have to be there for them. Have to. It's important.